You're not stuck. You never have been. Being stuck is an illusion, and the feeling of being stuck is simply just a call to action to change something in your life. In this video today, we're going to be talking about where the feeling of being stuck comes from and how it is that you can break through that so you can get unstuck and stop feeling like you're in this perpetual loop or just in this place where you feel like you're not taking any motion or action in your life. If you're new to my channel, what is up? My name is Carly. I am a mindset and a life upgrade mentor. I teach you how to reinvent yourself and rebrand your life by rewiring your thought patterns and changing your internal belief systems about yourself so that you can start creating a life that you are absolutely obsessed with. So first, let's talk about this feeling of being stuck. Okay, so from my personal experience in feeling stuck in life and also my clients' experiences being stuck, it stems from a couple of different reasons. Number one being you feel stuck because you lack clarity. Okay, think about what being stuck means. It feels like you can't move anywhere, you have nowhere to go, and typically that happens when you don't have clarity of a direction of where you want to go in your life. You can't possibly expect to make any moves if you don't have a clear path of what it is that you want. Think about it like this, okay? If you want to go on a road trip somewhere, but you don't have a map and you have no directions, like you're not going to get in your car and just start driving. And if you do, then it's sure as hell going to take you a lot longer to get there because you have no direction of where it is that you're going. That's why it's so important to gain some clarity on what it is that you truly want out of life and be unapologetic about getting it. Whatever it is that you want for yourself and your life, your ultimate end goal reality, that should be your clarity point. And then that way you can start to backtrack what actions need to be taken in order to get there. The second one that I think is honestly the biggest reason why a lot of people feel stuck is you have clarity on what it is that you want out of life, but you have not decided that you are going to do what it takes to get it by any means necessary. When you're in this like limbo state of like you have this idea of what you want your life to look like and you want it to feel like, and you have this dream end goal for yourself of what it is that you want to do and be, but you have not decided, okay, I'm going to make that happen, then it's almost even more painful than lacking clarity because you know what you want, but you have not decided, like, I am going to do it. You keep going back and forth with the self-doubt and in the limbo of like, oh, well, is this really possible for me? Could I make this happen? Is this even actually attainable? And you haven't gone all in on the decision that you are going to get it and you are going to do whatever it takes to get there. So you're not stuck. You just need to decide. Like, you are going to get what it is that you ultimately want, and you are going to do whatever it takes to get there. And you are going to acquire the skills and adopt the belief systems within yourself that are necessary in order for you to be that person who acquires that end goal. This one is personally for me a huge reason as to why I have over the course of my life felt stuck. I didn't feel confident in deciding, okay, this is who I'm going to be. I didn't have that internal self-belief. And that's why I do the work that I do now, because it truly is everything. Like, identity work will unlock the door for you so that you can become the person who feels limitless, who has the self-belief, who has the thought patterns of the version of yourself who lives your dream life and who has your goal. And when you do that, then it's so much easier to actually take action and to not feel stuck and like you can't move because you're not being blocked by that self-doubt and that internal lack of belief or any limitations that are going on within your own mind. When you are free of those, it's a lot easier to take action in your life. If that's something that's really resonating with you and calling out to you, definitely check out the link below this video. That is the basis of my entire coaching program, is this mindset and internal self-belief work. You have to make these shifts within yourself and your mind first. And when you do that, that's when it starts to become a lot easier to take action in your external 3D reality. Of course, if you have watched my videos before, you know that I'm really big into the brain science. We have to get into the brain science of why it is that we have this feeling of being stuck in this perpetual loop that we just can't escape from. Research shows that 90 to 95% of our thoughts are automated to be repetitive. That means on a day-to-day basis, the vast majority of your thoughts are already automated to be the same as they were yesterday until you come in and break that cycle. It can be very easy in life to just get caught up in the same routines. We do the same things every day. We talk to the same people. We drive in the same locations. We're just constantly seeing and thinking and feeling the same stuff over and over and over again. It's like we go on this autopilot mode. Part of becoming a conscious creator and conscious creation, which is a huge theme of my channel, okay? That's the basis of reality creation, is becoming aware of these autopilot things and making the unconscious stuff that's going on conscious so that you can start actually breaking these automated cycles, right? Part of conscious creation is you waking up and realizing, oh my gosh, if I want different for myself and for my life, I need to start thinking different. I need to start doing different. I need to start experiencing different things and exposing my mind and myself to different things if I want different. You can't be doing the same things over and over and over again and expect something to be different for you. If you are living your life in the same way every single day, if you're thinking the same thoughts, if you're just feeling the same ways, nothing is ever going to change. So that means because you are now becoming aware and you're becoming conscious of this, you can now switch it up. Even something as simple as driving a different way than you usually do to work, or walking on a different path than you normally walk on, or switching up what you normally eat for breakfast. All of those things are causing your mind to refire in a different way. When you make little small changes like that, it can already start to break the cycle of the repetitiveness that goes on in your mind naturally. And just becoming aware of the thoughts and the feelings that you have on a day-to-day basis that are repetitive, like now that you know this information, you can start to do more of an audit of what it is that's going on in your mind. And as you become aware, you can say, okay, what needs to change about what I'm thinking and what I'm feeling in order to break this repetitive cycle? I think another thing that we very commonly forget in this cycle of being on autopilot is that you have free will. You can literally do whatever it is that you want. So many people get stuck in this feeling of like, oh, I hate this job that I'm in, but I can't quit. Yes, you can. You literally can quit today. There'll be all these excuses that come up of like, oh no, I can't, because I'm like, what am I going to do for money? What am I going to do about this? What am I going to get? But the reality is like, you can. You can do it. Like you could quit today if you wanted to, and you would figure something else out, or either get a new job or like start your new business, whatever it is that you want to do instead of this job that you hate. But people get stuck in this cycle of like, oh no, I can't possibly do this thing, or I can't possibly leave what it is that I'm doing right now. I can't possibly like switch things up. The reality is, a lot of people would rather choose a familiar hell that they feel stuck in than to take action towards an unfamiliar future, even though that future is ultimately what it is that you want, because you're not familiar with it. So it's scary and it's unknown. Don't just choose the familiar hell just because it's predictable. You have to break the autopilot cycle. And the quickest way out of feeling stuck is to take action. Taking action is what triggers you to start thinking like the person who takes action and to start becoming the person who takes action. Let's say, for example's sake, you want to become a content creator. The only way to become a content creator is to start creating the content. You can't think your way into becoming a content creator. You can't be a content creator without producing any content. Like, you have to take the action of creating the content first in order to start thinking like one and start being like one, right? You prove to yourself and show yourself who you are by the action that you take. And then your mind starts to look at all the actions that you are taking in your life, and it starts to identify you by the action that you are taking. So, to summarize, how to get unstuck. Remember that being stuck is literally an illusion. You are not stuck. You have free will. You can do and be and make moves in whatever way that you want to in this lifetime. You're going to get crystal clear on what it is that you truly want out of your life. And then you are going to decide that you are going to become the version of you that acquires that by any means necessary. And you're going to do what it takes to get there. Reverse engineer, okay? If I'm right here, right now, and this is what I've decided that I want to be and where I want to be in life, what do I need to do in order to get from here to there? And you are going to commit to that. And then you're going to start taking action ASAP. You're going to start becoming aware of the cycles and the repetitive thoughts and patterns that are going on in your mind and in your life that are not in alignment with this new thing that you have decided for yourself. You're going to change those things and break those cycles. And you're going to start to take action that's in alignment with this goal that you have decided on. Once you do that, there's absolutely no way that you will have the feeling of being stuck anymore, because you know what it is that you're going after. You've created a game plan on how it is that you're going to get there. And once you start taking action, you're not going to feel stuck anymore, because you're not stuck, you're moving. So that is what I got for you guys today. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope this video was helpful to you. I totally understand the frustration of feeling stuck in life, but really, like, you just have to wake up and remember who you are and remember that you are in control of your life. You ultimately get to decide what goes on in your life and how it is that you live it. Anything else that is making you feel like you don't have control over it is just an illusion. You just have to remember who the fuck you are and reclaim power over your life. So again, thank you guys for being here. If you ever have questions for me at all, please leave them in the comment section and I will get back to you, and I will see you in the next video.